Okay, so now that you have your phone and your tablet communicating with each other, in order to do any training or testing, or really even give it a try, you need to have a spreadsheet set up in the right format in Google Sheets, where it's going to log all of the data. It expects this to be already pre-set up. This is another one of the things we'd love to improve in a future version of SMARTA. It'd be great if it would offer to create this specially formatted spreadsheet for you, but for now you need to do it yourself. So just go to Google Sheets and create a new spreadsheet, and I'll show you what columns and sheets you need to create in it that SMARTA expects. We will also try to provide a template for this as a link in the video, where you could just download and make a copy of that template so you don't have to do this yourself. But just in case you ever do need to make it yourself, here's what SMARTA expects to be in the spreadsheet. So first of all, it needs two sheet tabs on the bottom in your spreadsheet. One tab that's called Training, and a second tab that's called Testing. And they need to have exactly those names because the SMARTA app is going to look for those tabs in order to put the data into the spreadsheet. Okay, so you want to create a Training tab and a Testing tab in your spreadsheet. Now in the Training tab, the columns that SMARTA expects are just these three. It's very straightforward. You need to have a subject column, training start with a space, and training duration with a space, just like this. And that's how SMARTA is going to know where to put each of those values whenever you do a training session. And we'll show you what that looks like after we do a sample one later. Alright, so just create this blank data in the spreadsheet. And, like I said, make a copy of the template from the link in the description if you can do that. In the testing sheet, so I'm going to click on the tab on the bottom called Testing. This has different columns because obviously testing is a bit more involved in animal training. And so here's the various columns that you need in the testing sheet. You need subject, phase, which refers to testing phase 1 or testing phase 2, which you'll find out in other videos more about that. Session start with a space. It's going to be the start time of the session. Trial. It's going to be a trial number, 1 through 7. Trial duration with a space. That's going to be how long it took the animal to go through that trial. Left color with a space. That's the RGB value that was displayed on the left for that particular trial, as a way to refer back as you're doing your analysis. Right color with a space. Again, an RGB value that was displayed on the right. Timed out with a space. That will tell you whether that particular trial was a timeout or not. A timeout is when the animal doesn't touch the screen for 30 seconds, so they're kind of just ignoring it or not making a choice. And finally, correct. And that will be true or false depending on whether the animal touched the correct color. So for example, in Raymond's research, he was testing red and green with lemurs, and so if they touched the red square, that would say true. And of course, if you can just copy the template in the description, that will save you having to set this up yourself. But if you do need to do it yourself, just create these columns and these sheets as we've laid out in this video, and you'll pick this spreadsheet in your app momentarily.